I'd always known Marlene Carver was a control freak, but I never imagined she'd stoop to grand theft auto until the day I came home and my car was gone. Pulling into my driveway in Cedar Hollow, Montana, after a grueling day at work, something felt off. It took a moment to register. My car, parked that morning, had vanished without a trace. My heart raced, thinking it was stolen, and I fumbled for my phone to call the police. Before I could dial, a voice like nails on a chalkboard cut through the evening air. "Oh, you're back." Marlene, Silver Pines HOA president, chirped from across Maple Lane, arms crossed, her smug smirk infamous in Oak Ridge Estates. I turned sharply. "Marlene, where's my car?" She sighed dramatically, as if scolding a child. "I had it removed. You don't respect HOA parking rules. It was cluttering the neighborhood. You should thank me." I blinked, stunned. "Marlene, that car was in my driveway. You had no right to touch it." She scoffed, waving a dismissive hand. "Please, just because it's in your driveway doesn't mean it's not an eyesore. This is a classy neighborhood, and that car's been bothering me for weeks." My jaw clenched. "Tell me what you did." Her smile widened. "I had it towed. Called a private tow truck this afternoon. No need to thank me." Blood pressure spiking, I demanded, "Where is it now?" She shrugged, unfazed. "Some impound, probably. Not my problem. If you can't follow rules, you deal with the consequences." As I pulled out my phone to call the tow company, a realization hit like a freight train. That car wasn't mine. It belonged to my cousin, Agent Lucas Hayes, an FBI agent. My stomach dropped. "Marlene, you just made the biggest mistake of your life." I dialed Lucas instantly. "Drop a comment. Where are you reading this? Here's how an HOA tyrant learned not to mess with a federal agent's car." The phone barely rang before Lucas answered. "Hey, what's up?" "We've got a situation," I said, pacing my driveway, eyeing Marlene's smug stance. "Marlene, the HOA nut, had your car towed from my driveway." Silence then. "She did what?" "Yeah," I said, rubbing my temples. "Claimed it violated HOA rules. Used a private tow company, Evergreen Towing." Lucas exhaled slowly. "Got it. I'll make calls. Stay put." Marlene watched, smirking. "Calling your lawyer? You think you'll win? The HOA has rules." I turned, grinning. "Actually, Marlene, that car belongs to a federal agent. Towing a government vehicle without authorization? That's a federal crime." Her face drained of color. "What?" she stammered. "No, that's ridiculous. How was I supposed to know? It's just a car." I folded my arms. "I'm sure the FBI will be very understanding." Marlene's smugness vanished, replaced by panic, but, true to form, she doubled down. "Oh, please," she scoffed, voice wavering. "It's just a car. I had it legally removed. Your cousin should thank me for keeping Oak Ridge Estates pristine." I stared, awed by her delusion. "Marlene, you stole a federally issued vehicle. You're about to have a very bad day." Before she could retort, Lucas called back. I reached Evergreen Towing. "They're freaking out. Didn't know it was federal property. They're returning it now, but this is a federal investigation." I glanced at Marlene, eavesdropping, her confidence crumbling. "Interesting for Marlene to explain," I said. She shrieked. "What do you mean, federal investigation? You're scaring me." I smirked. "No, Marlene, you did this to yourself." Less than an hour later, 2 black SUVs rolled up to my Maple Lane house. Marlene, pacing like a trapped animal, froze as 2 agents stepped out, flashing FBI badges. "Ma'am, we need to speak with you," said Agent Clara Weston, her expression all business. Marlene tried to bolt, but stopped at Agent Tom Ellis's command. "This is a misunderstanding," she pleaded. "I was following neighborhood rules." Clara pulled out a notepad. "You ordered a private tow company to remove federal property without authorization. Confirm this." Marlene's hands shook. "Well, yes, but how was I to know? It didn't have an FBI sticker." Tom stepped forward. "So, you admit to removing a vehicle that wasn't yours, not obstructing anything, without verifying ownership? Marlene gulped. Yes, but I had every right. This is an HOA community. Clara exchanged a look with Tom. Unauthorized removal of a federal vehicle can be interference with government property, a federal offense. Come with us for questioning. Marlene's body seized. You're arresting me? Detaining you for questioning, Clara corrected. Charges depend on our investigation. Desperate, Marlene turned to me. You can't let them do this. It's your fault. I shrugged. No, Marlene, it's yours. As agents led her to an SUV, neighbors gathered across Maple Lane, stunned. Some clapped as the vehicle pulled away, years of Marlene's tyranny crumbling. My phone buzzed with Lucas's text. They're questioning her. It's bad. She might get charged. I grinned. Marlene had gone too far. 2 hours later, Evergreen Towing returned the car, the driver sweating. We're so sorry. We didn't know it was government property. I raised an eyebrow. You took it from my driveway without checking ownership. He gulped. Marlene was pushy, said she had authority. We thought it was an HOA issue. It's a felony issue, I said. He nodded. We're returning it free, cutting ties with her. She called from the SUV, demanding we cover for her. We're out. I chuckled. Smart move. The car back, I exhaled, but Marlene's reckoning was just beginning. The next morning, Lucas called. You'll want to hear this. Marlene lost it in questioning, insisting she followed rules, claiming the FBI overreacted. But her record's dirty. Prior lawsuits for harassment and fraudulent HOA practices in Gallatin County. With this tow, they're charging her with interference with federal property and fraudulent representation of authority. I whistled. She's done. She's got court soon, he said. The FBI's not playing. She might serve time. I nearly dropped my phone. Marlene in jail, the woman who fined mailbox designs and bullied Oak Ridge Estates into submission. You there? Lucas chuckled. Yeah. I said, just wow. Days later, the Silver Pines HOA held an emergency meeting. Board members, desperate to distance themselves, voted Marlene out permanently. Residents, led by Lila Monroe and Tom Reed, launched a class action lawsuit against her for abusing authority and misusing HOA funds through unapproved special assessments. Marlene's empire collapsed. A week later, watering my lawn, I saw a moving truck at Marlene's Maple Lane house. She stormed out, barking at movers, her face pure rage. Spotting me, she shrieked. Happy now? You ruined my life. I sipped my coffee, unfazed. No, Marlene, you did that yourself. She shoved a box into her sedan, her Tesla long sold to cover legal fees, and sped off, leaving Oak Ridge Estates forever. Lucas pulled up, rolling down his window. What did I miss? I grinned. Just karma doing its job. Peace returned to Cedar Hollow, Marlene's reign a cautionary tale of crossing the wrong car and the FBI.